There is a moment in childhood when you realize your parents are not gods, they are just people. But what if you never had that moment? What if your parents built the entire world for you, named every animal, defined every word, drew the borders you were not allowed to cross? And you were 30 years old before you learned that a cat is not a monster and the sea is not an armchair? Today we are examining the film about a family where language itself is the lock on the door. I am the film pathologist. Today we are cutting open Dogtooth, released 2009, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, a Greek filmmaker who looked at the nuclear family and saw a cult. Budget: so small the film was shot in a secluded villa in the suburbs of Athens. Box office: irrelevant. Impact: it started a movement, the Greek Weird Wave, and announced that the most terrifying violence is not physical, it is lexical. 3 adult children live in a walled compound. They have no names, they have no context, they have only a mother, a father, and a dictionary written by a madman. Let me put on my gloves. By the end of this examination, you will understand that Dogtooth is not a film about abuse. It is a film about epistemological violence. The violence of controlling what another human being is allowed to know. And the diagnosis is this: whoever writes the dictionary controls the prison. First incision: the compound. The house is clean, the lawn is green, the fence is high. Inside, 3 adults play children's games. They crawl on the floor, they race across the lawn for stickers. They believe airplanes are toys that fall from the sky into the garden, and whoever catches one wins. They have never seen a real airplane. They believe cats are the most dangerous animals on Earth. So dangerous that their older brother was killed by one. They have never seen a cat. They have never seen anything beyond the fence. The father drives to work, the mother stays home. The children are told they cannot leave until their dog tooth falls out. The dog tooth is the canine tooth. It does not fall out. That is the lock, not the fence, the word. The father teaches them vocabulary with the patience of a prophet delivering scripture. A sea is an armchair. A highway is a strong wind. A telephone is a salt shaker. A pussy is a light switch. A zombie is a small yellow flower. They recite these definitions with the blank precision of children who have never been told that words are supposed to mean something. They are not stupid, they are perfectly logical within the data set they have been given. When the father asks, "What is a motorway?" the son answers, "A motorway is a very strong wind." He is correct. He has studied. The father rewards him with a sticker. This is education as anesthesia. They perform for their parents. They dance in synchronized routines. They bark like dogs to receive treats. They ask permission to enter rooms. They believe the world outside is so toxic that a single step beyond the gate means instant death. The father reinforces this by telling them their older brother was killed by a cat just beyond the fence. There was no brother. There was no cat. There was only the need for a cautionary tale so effective that the children policed themselves. That is the first incision. The patient has been educated into a coma. Second incision: the outside. The father brings a woman home from the factory. Her name is Christina. She is paid to have sex with the son. She arrives blindfolded, driven through a landscape she cannot see, delivered to a house she cannot locate on a map. But Christina has been outside. She knows the words. She asks the son to lick her. When he refuses, because he does not know what she is asking, because the word has no definition in his dictionary, she trades a headband to the eldest daughter in exchange for cunnilingus. The daughter agrees because she does not know what she is trading. She only knows the ritual of exchange. She has been trained to trade stickers. Now she trades her body. The logic is identical. Christina also brings VHS tapes, Rocky, Jaws. She hides them in the garden. The children watch them in secret. The eldest daughter begins quoting Rocky. She tells her brother, "I am ready to lick you if you need it." She does not know what it means. She only knows it is something people say. She asks her father if she can watch a video of her parents fucking because she has seen that people watch videos of other people doing things and she wants to understand power. She asks her sister, "Do you know what a pussy is?" It's a light switch. She is not being crude. She is trying to map the outside world onto the objects she knows. She is building a bridge from her prison to a country she has never seen, using materials that dissolve in her hands. The corruption spreads, the children begin experimenting. They discover that anesthesia wears off. They drink chloroform to see who falls asleep first. They are not suicidal, they are scientists testing the boundaries of their laboratory. When the father discovers the tapes, he beats Christina with a VHS copy of Rocky and expels her from the compound. But the damage is done. The eldest daughter has learned that words can mean things her father never taught her. That is the second incision. The outside has entered the bloodstream. Third incision. The incest. Christina is too dangerous. The father removes her. He tells the son that now the eldest daughter will satisfy him. The daughter agrees because she has never been taught the word no. The scene is shot with the same deadpan flatness as the sticker games. Lanthimos does not dramatize it. He presents it like a dental exam. That is the horror. The children have no moral framework because morality requires choice, and choice requires knowledge. They have been given a dictionary with half the pages torn out. When the younger daughter asks about the new words, the father says, "The new words will be learned tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes." The violence escalates. The mother tells the children she is pregnant and will soon give birth to 2 children and a dog. They accept this. Why wouldn't they? The father later reveals the pregnancy was a fiction designed to maintain control. The children have been trained to desire things that do not exist. This is not cruelty. This is governance. Then the son kills a cat. A real cat wanders into the garden, and the son, believing it is the monster from his father's stories, beats it to death. He returns covered in blood and announces that he has killed the beast. The father is furious, not because the cat is dead, but because the lie has been made visible. He beats the son with a belt while the daughters watch. The lesson is not about the cat. The lesson is about who controls the narrative. The father says, "I will tell you when there is danger. I will tell you what is real." That is the third incision. The patient has no immune system against the father. Final incision. The tooth. The eldest daughter watches Flashdance. She practices the choreography of moving her body in ways she has never been taught. She finds a dumbbell, she stands in front of a mirror, opens her mouth, and smashes her own dogtooth out of her jaw. Blood pours down her chin. She does not scream. She has learned that pain is information, and this is the only true word she has ever discovered for herself. She climbs into the trunk of her father's car. He drives to work. The car stops. We do not see what she sees. We see only the back of the car, the trunk, the empty road. Cut to black. The film ends. She has not escaped into the world. She has escaped into the unknown. She has no language for what comes next. She has no dogtooth left to lose. That is the final incision. The patient has removed her own tooth to find out if the door was ever really locked. The diagnosis. Dogtooth is not about an abusive father. It is about ideology. Every cult, every authoritarian state, every closed community functions the same way. They give you the words before you see the world, and then the world can only ever be what they told you. The father is not a monster because he hits his children. He is a monster because he rewrites the world and calls it love. He believes he is protecting them. That is what makes the film unbearable. He thinks he is the hero. The children are not victims of violence. They are victims of definition. And the eldest daughter does not escape because she learns the truth. She escapes because she learns she has been lied to. The difference is crucial. Truth would make her a convert. The lie makes her a refugee. She is not running toward freedom. She is running away from a language that no longer holds her. Lanthimos leaves her at the edge of the road, bleeding from the mouth with no words left at all. That is the most honest ending in modern cinema, because freedom without language is not liberation. It is exile. The film is also a portrait of Greece in the late 2000s, a nation waking up to discover that its own narrative, prosperity, stability, European identity, was a fiction maintained by fathers who controlled the vocabulary of economics. The compound is the country. The fence is the border. The dogtooth is the debt. Lanthimos never says this. He does not need to. When a film is built entirely on the architecture of controlled information, every audience supplies their own prison. The film was shot with brutal minimalism over 12 days. The actors were largely unknown, cast for their blankness, their ability to deliver absurdity as if it were weather. Lanthimos used no musical score. Only the sound of the pool, the grass, the breath in the room, the flatness of dialogue stripped of inflection. Christos Stergioglu plays the father with the exhausted patience of a man who truly believes he is saving civilization by raising 3 blank slates. He never raises his voice, he never needs to. Angeliki Papoulia plays the eldest daughter with a face so unreadable that her final act of violence against herself feels like the first real emotion she has ever had. The film was nominated for Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars. It lost to a conventional European drama, Denmark's In a Better World. The Academy missed the point entirely. No film that year understood the 21st century better. We are all living in compounds. We all have fathers telling us what words mean. Some of them are algorithms, some of them are politicians, some of them are parents who cannot admit that the world they promised us was a garden with a fence. All of them are writing dictionaries. The patient is discharged, the file is closed, but the morgue never closes. I'll see you at the next examination.